So in my last video, I basically broke down that when it comes to the baby storming and Cleopatra, the real beef. Now I'm not saying that Ice wasn't being weird. That's we're gonna get into that later. But the real beef, the real trigger was that they couldn't social climb off her the way she social climbed off them, and all of their arguments with her had to do with social climbing. It really had nothing to do with like you hurt my feelings, or you said that joke, or you told this information I didn't want you to tell anyone, and I only told you that in private. It had nothing to do with anything in regards to friendship or feelings, and everything to do with them not getting treatment that they felt like they deserved via her star status. Once again, I think I'm going to do like another video on that because, again, none of us know that lady, but we're totally allowed to make our own opinions based off the information given to us. So I'm probably going to do another video on that, like Icespice and her morale and her relationship to the public now. But I want to talk about a lot of the reactions that people have been having, because some of these things are like, okay, well, she's just a fake friend. We know she's fake. And okay, so like it kind of reminds me of the Oneswa versus Nara situation, where we have like, a dark skinned African lady coming at another MGM woman and pulling their black card and calling them a colorist and basically being mad about capitalism and rich privilege and who gets certain privileges and who gets the, because basically everything she was saying to Icespice, and Icespice even said that, why would the people that work for me work for you? So all it is, and even Baby Stormy, she was saying, "Oh, well, you were supposed to do this. Like, you didn't give me this opportunity." All of that was opportunist stuff. So if Ice Spice is a narcissist for being a bitch to her, then you're an opportunist for having a friendship with someone that wouldn't be good enough for you unless they were doing certain things for you. Now, I personally feel like I already said my opinion on this. The Ice Spice, Stormy Baby, Cleopatra, however you want to put it, all three of those friendships, none of those things were real. None of that was real. It was all opportunity. And Ice Spice was the only one who successfully did it. And I think that's why people are really upset. Now, does that excuse her nasty behavior? Absolutely not. And I think that a lot of people, when it comes to like the Nara and Ice Spice situation, they have so much sympathy for dark skinned women that they're projecting stuff on a situation that has nothing to do with it anyway. Like people were saying, "Oh, this happened to me. I had a fake friend, da 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 da," which I'm not saying you didn't, and you deserve to feel how you do about that. But they're projecting that stuff onto the situation when it's not what's happening. So I'm going to show you guys like some responses from everyone in different sides, not just my side, like different sides of how everyone feels about it. I also see a few exoticals. And now, by the way, just because you identify yourself as an exotical doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to agree with another one. So you're allowed to completely disagree if you want. But something I found kind of like funny is that some of the exoticals, and I noticed they're not the light skinned ones, like kind of don't agree with Ice Spice. Like they feel like she's like a fake person.
Y'all need to go be asking Cleo if she's hurt after she had to carry them big ass bags. So obviously I've been getting tagged in all of the Ice and Cleo stuff. So of course I'm gonna speak on it because them spoke on me. And I'm gonna always speak on people who speak on me, no matter what. I just think it's so funny. I think karma is crazy. Karma is so crazy. And also I'm just like, going to the internet after a friend breakup is lame as hell. Like, just period, lame as hell. Like, I have had friend breakups plenty of times in the past. We all do. But once you go to the internet like a true lame, it's just like unforgivable. Like you act like somebody like, and then it's like, oh my gosh, the thing that I hate about this generation is people will throw out words to try to get you canceled. And keep in mind, I'm not trying to stick up for Ice Spice because her too, but people will just try to throw out words these days to try to make you like cancelable. Like be like, you're my friend and you called me big. Girl, if you hear half of the things that me and my friends say to each other, you could joke around about stuff. Like, you might, I've had friends sit up there and tap me on the shoulder and say, I'm just letting you know you're getting a little big. Does that mean that they're phobic? No. It means they're trying to look out. Okay? Maybe you are getting a little big. Or maybe they're joking around. Like, I'm just saying. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people tagged me in the Cleo video, and it's just so, like, I didn't watch them all because it just sounded so ridiculous to me. Like you on the internet because you had to carry your own bag. That girl, this girl's tour, and you mad because you had to carry your own bag. Like, the entitlement is crazy. Like, you thought you was that girl, but really you're not. And you're mad because you have to carry a bag, and then you on here talking about Twitter, talking about, yeah, that's that Cleo trap of voodoo, when I posted a video of me in tears trying to get the word out about something I was experiencing medically. So now you talking about the Lord? What happened to voodoo? Do you practice voodoo or do you practice Christianity? I'm confused. So I just think it's funny how every time somebody does something terrible to me or is disrespectful to me, I'm like, what? You sat up there and literally pointed and laughed at me for your friend who you sit up there and say has a dark spirit and you've been known that they're a terrible person. So you over here going in on somebody, me, for somebody who you believe is a terrible person. Why? Because they're famous? But you acting like that don't matter in these videos. Yeah, no, you was writing. You was writing for sure. You were. You were writing. Like, I'm sorry, but people be so mad when they have friends just for clout, and then you want to be so down for this friend for clout, and then they go and cross you up, and now you on the internet crying. You're mad. Literally. If people can sit up there and point and laugh at me while I'm literally in physical pain and dealing with some medical shit, I'm gonna sit there and laugh at them every single time. Every time I get the chance. Every single time. Just how y'all would. That's like y'all finding out y'all sick from some rare shit or something. Going to try to like tell people about it, to be aware, to bring awareness to a situation that is happening. And then people sitting there like, ha ha, ha ha, you're sick, you're sick. Like, morals just out the window. This food don't even.
And as a researcher who studies belonging, this whole Cleopatra Icespice situation really is a textbook case. You were invited somewhere, you're expecting to feel welcomed, you immediately do not feel welcomed, which we know is a fundamental human need, okay? Really, I would say a human right to feel a sense of belonging. That is being stripped from her. She does not have a space and a place, and it's not just enough. Belonging is not a matter of, oh, I have space for you, come, here's a bed. How am I accepting them? How am I respecting them? How am I supporting them? And how am I including them? Cleopatra just rattled off so many instances where she did not feel supported, included, accepted, or respected in that situation. As a person who does not feel a sense of belonging, you do have a right to remove yourself from that environment. She decided to stay, figure out what the situation was before she approached it, because the first time she approached it, she was not met with any real concern or regard for her experience. If we look at this through a lens of belonging, this does create a lot of psychological harm on an individual. So when the person does not feel like they have a sense of belonging, this causes them to disengage from their environment, not only physically, but also emotionally and psychologically. There's a lot of negative health impacts that happen when you don't have a sense of belonging and things of that nature, and it really is tied to your motivation. So this is heartbreaking for me as a researcher who studies this, and I always want people to feel like they have a space and a place and they belong. And belonging, like I said, is more than just having a bed or we got room for you here. And room ain't really there, you feel it, you know, and resources aren't. It's the same thing with school, work, anything. If I have a student come into my classroom, I don't have a desk for them, I don't have resources for them, oh nah, you don't get to have none of that, you're not in the budget. Like, that doesn't even make sense. If I don't have anyone to come and help them and support them and give them the things that they need, then I really don't have room for you, and I'm really showing that you don't belong here. I'm not allocating any resources to support you. So yes, acceptance, respect, support, and inclusion are all the 4 elements that include what it means to have a sense of belonging. And Cleopatra did not have that.
Oh, another way to spot a mean girl? Remember in the back and forth discourse between Icespice and Cleopatra in the text messages? You see how the entire time Cleopatra is talking about the situation at hand, and Icespice just keeps throwing them little jabs? Like when Cleopatra said, have fun being friendless, because obviously you're a bad friend for this entire situation that we're talking about. What was the first thing that Icespice said? Have fun being careerless. Let me tell you something, baby. Y'all listen to what people say. I listen to what people don't say. That's why y'all don't have no discernment when it comes to mean girls. They always show they ass, baby. Pay attention.
Girl, you hungry? You over here looking at my salad. Like, I think there's a McDonald's like 2 blocks down there. But you could do Uber Eats too. No, you could do Uber Eats too. And they deliver.
Still ain't peep her. Bitches ain't seeing me when they seeing me. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of these. She's a dweeb, she's a loser. I stay on her mind, her medulla.
So nobody's gonna talk about the $700 that was charged on her card. Who used Cleo's card? $700? It's like Icespice wanted Cleo to crash out. She wanted her to like either put hands on her. What's that? She wanted her to put hands on her, or she wanted her to like go crazy on that tour. So like the blogs could be like, oh yeah, Cleo going through it. No, Icespice, the tables has turned. The tables has turned. That's why in the text message she's like, have fun with your story time. Mwah. Yes, the story time was tea. It was great. It was great. We want you to crash and burn. Because Cleo held it down. She's from New York. You from New York too, yeah, whatever. But she could have put hands on you. She could have violated you, but she didn't. She chose positivity. And that's why she's going to shine. She's going to flourish. And you're going to fall and burn. Now let me stop. That was mean. But yeah, that's just the rules of life. You're nasty. You're a nasty person. You're a nasty person. And for my past video, when I was like, oh yeah, that's so never going to change. Let's hope and pray she changes. Because not everybody changes. It's the hard truth. Yes, you got delivered. People get delivered, yeah, whatever. But not everybody changes. People stay like that. And some stains never can be removed. It's just in them. You can't remove it.
You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my pussy one time? In my bed one time? Like, damn, you're not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go?
Trigger warning, I'm gonna say something mean. Icespice 100% overestimates her talent and also the level of attractiveness that she is. Like, no one ever thought that you were super talented. Never, ever. Like, the girls thought you were making cute little fun catchy songs and it was fun while it lasted, but people who care about real music got sick of it really quickly. And your looks, they just can't carry an entire career. I'm sorry, they don't. Like, everybody was always talking about how you had a crazy fat ass and then you lost all that weight and you just have like a regular normal size fat ass now. Like, no one was ever going crazy behind that face card. I'm sorry. So with all that said, getting cocky and like arrogant the way you've gotten is crazy. Sorry, but it needs to be said. Being a mean girl and being a bitch is reserved for super, super, super uber talented people. It's reserved for the Mariah Careys. It's reserved for the Doja Cats. It's reserved for the Nicki Minaj's, right? Like, they can be mean and they can be rude and still have careers because they're so talented. They're doing something that nobody else can do. Nobody else can replicate. They are not easily replaceable. So therefore, audiences will allow them to be bitches. And audiences will just get over it when they drop a new song, when they do a new performance, and it's fucking phenomenal. It's fucking amazing. Audiences will be like, and they'll get deja vu. You are a less than mediocre artist and performer and you behave badly in your personal life and we see it. When you go up on that stage and you grab that mic, I don't forget. It's actually the only thing on my mind. Saying that you make Cleo is weird when, that was too good. Let's get that bill. We were all saying that for like a year before we even knew who you were, Ice. I would argue that if anything, Cleo being friends with you was helping you out. It was helping your image. It made you look credible. And now I'm starting to question if Icespice is even really Dominican. Because it is an insane... Like, any Dominican mother would be throwing up and, like, ready to jump off a building if she found out that her daughter was taking her friends' places and refusing to feed her friends. Refusing to make sure that her friends had somewhere to lay their head at night. Like, that is Dominican mom 101. Like, my mom would show up on tour and beat my ass if she found out that's how I was treating people. Her mom must have had her when she was like 13. Because there's no way. Any old school Dominican mom would lose their fucking mind. They found out that you were out with people and weren't feeding the people you were with. I say all that to say is that Cleo will be just fine because Cleo is talented. And I'm not just talking about music, which I don't think her music is bad. But even if her music stuff doesn't work out, she's funny, she's personable. People like her. That's how she built her entire platform. So no matter what, if her music fails, she has a plan B. She can do other shit. Her career will be just fine. Icespice, on the other hand, is proving that she's not likable and her music sucks. So if her music continues to fail, what does she have to lean back on? What else can she do besides her fat ass? What else does she have?
My experience firsthand with the whole Icespice and Cleo tension shit. As some of you may know or probably don't know, I am a personal stylist and I was hired as a backup stylist for Icespice tour. And when I say everything that Cleo was saying is dead ass true, is dead ass true. So basically, I was more on the side with Spice. They had me like all in her rooms, like I'm all on that side. Like, like I wasn't over there with Cleo and them. Like they was singling them out. Like, the other hairstylists and all that type of shit, they were singling them out. Okay, it was a few things that caught me off guard. The first thing that caught me off guard was when I first made it there, okay, I get with Spice. And me and her cool as hell, so we just be regularly talking about shit. I see she type got an attitude, so I asked her like, what's up? Like, you good type shit? Like, filling her out. She like, oh yeah, I'm cool, woo, woo. It's just Cleo black ass doing too much. I'm like, damn, hold up. She like, oh, she think like my workers is supposed to be working with her. Like, she think everybody that's here for me is supposed to be here for her. Like, girl, where's your team at? Wooty wooty woo. So me, like, I'm like, yeah, like, I feel you type shit, I feel you. But I'm already knowing that Cleo was already coming last minute. So, like, but I'm still thinking at the same time, like, she got a group, she got people that's there for her, like, she got her people. But to find out she didn't, like, while I was there, like, it was like, damn. So that was that. And I guess that's what Cleo talking about when she said the whole, like, the bag shit with the security guard and shit like that. Mind you, we in Texas. So we is at the hotel and shit. It's in the middle of nowhere. Everybody hungry. And Spice, like, when she want to eat, she want to eat. So Spice say, like, all right, y'all, we finna go get something to eat real quick. Come on. So I'm like, where Cleo and them at? Like, Cleo and them coming too? She like, oh, they all want to be grouped up all on the other side of the hotel. Like, fuck it, I'm hungry. I don't got time to be waiting for nobody. So I'm like, damn, like, like... But I wasn't finna say nothing, though. I wasn't finna text Cleo. I wasn't even finna, like, I'm letting shit play how I was finna play. So we go get something to eat type shit. We at the steakhouse and shit like that. And Cleo is texting her while we at the steakhouse. She texting her like, hey, boo, da-da-da-da-da, I'm hungry, da-da-da-da-da, like, y'all don't want to go get nothing to eat, woo, woo, woo. Spice not texting back. Like, I see the messages. Spice not texting back. So she not texting back and shit. I'm feeling bad. Like, I'm like, damn. So I make sure, like, I was bringing some extra food back because I'm like, I'ma just, split my shit with them. So we get back to the hotel and shit. I go up there and I go up in the room and I'm like, yeah, so y'all still hungry? Woo, I brought some food back. She like, what the fuck you mean you brought some food back? Like, whoa, you went to McDonald's? Like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, we went to the steakhouse. She like, no, like, what? Motherfuckers got me fucked up, Z. Hell no, like, I'm tired of this shit. I already been going through this shit these last few days. Fuck this. She's self-considerate, all of this, whoop. I don't even know why she brought me here, whoop. Like, fuck this. Like, basically, like, she was ready. Like, she was ready to start, getting active. So I'm trying to calm her down and shit like that because, like, I don't really want no tension. I don't really want no shit to go on. Plus, two, like, I had just walked down there to their room. So it was going to seem like I probably just came back and instigated some shit and started some shit. So I'm like, let me not even be on that type of time. So I'm trying to calm her down. I end up being able to calm her down and shit like that. She calms down. She like, nah, man, though, like, I really want to say something, woo, but you know what, like, you right, I'm going to give it time and shit, like, I'm going to just wait until it's more ending towards it, and I'm going to text her, woo, like, and I'm like, shit, like, do what you got to do. So now, I get back in the room with Ice, she on FaceTime with Riot, she letting him know, like, yeah, she doing too much, she blowing my scale. She was like, bitches got to go, they asking for too much, woo, bitches acting broke. Like, I'm really tired of her black ass. And I'm like, damn, like, why does she keep saying this? Like, what? And, I'm not really thinking nothing too much of it because, like, like, I guess she mixed with black or something like that. But, like, to actually hear Cleo's whole story, that bitch colorist, like, yeah. And Spice, like, I know, you probably ain't fucking with me after this, but shit, I'm black my damn self. And I'm walking around this bitch looking like Boo Boo the Fool to support you. And you black ass this, black ass that, and was treating the old girl how you was treating her. Shit. So I walk out the room real quick to go spark my 1-2-1-2 type shit. And as I'm out there, I'm like, damn, like, I feel bad for Cleo type shit. And I really felt like Spice wasn't seeing what she was doing, but she knew what she was doing, but she wasn't seeing, like, how brutal that shit really was. So I text her, like, trying to let her know, like, hey, friend, like, I think you low-key tweaking. Like, you probably, think about how you low-key probably got old girl feeling type shit. I'm finna post the messages in the next video. I'm finna do the next video right now, so just go to my page and I'm finna have the next video posted.
You couldn't wait to try to speak down on me. Somebody that you looked up to. Somebody that you was watching since high school. You told me it was a full circle moment meeting me, bro. Meeting me, being in the same car as me. Like, you could not believe it. You were so gagged. But now your head is so big, you don't even know where you came from. Aren't you from the gutter? Aren't you a Bronx bitch from the gutter, bro? Aren't you from the gutter, bro? So the audacity for somebody that said that they was in the morgue looking for a jobs anywhere, they was about to crash out, they needed a job ASAP before you blew up, and you're gonna go and try to call somebody a bum? I always had bread. And not because I'm some scammer or da-da-da. I always been a go-getter. I'm Nigerian. I'm the real Nigerian. I come from money. You see that green and that white? That's what I come from. I come from money, bro. Because I have a...
Icespice completely copied Cleo's style. This is a picture of Cleo in 2021. This is Icespice in the same exact outfit in 2022. Cleo made an excellent point. You can clearly go back to Cleo's Facebook from 2021 and see when her style started changing up and when she started really embodying the Y2K, mini skirts, chunky boots type of style. She is a light-skinned woman, literally copied a dark-skinned woman's entire aesthetic and had the nerve to put her down. So for Icespice to sit up here and have the audacity to say that she gave Cleo an opportunity, that she didn't have to, and heavy on the she didn't have to, right? She definitely made sure to say that a couple times. I didn't have to. When you done copy this girl's whole entire style, aesthetic, etc., is absolutely wild to me.
I'm a pretty ass bitch from the check. What? Yep. And I stay in some shit when I spot. The niggas be on me. What you expect? All of the wannabes when I...
Big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my pussy one time? In my bed one time? Like, damn, you want to sleep in my bed every day? That's crazy to me.
You was with Riot Ice. Don't play.
Anyways, yeah, I'm about to actually go to sleep. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go?
She even copied her whole pose and all. Cleo started posing like this in 2020 and 2021. This picture right here is from her Facebook in 2021. And here you see Icespice starting the pose in 2022 from her Instagram. So her whole signature look and everything was 100% very Cleo inspired. And that's being nice by saying inspired, because bitch, you done copied this girl. And it's really just giving a perfect example of colorism. It's a perfect example of a light-skinned woman getting more money and clout than a dark-skinned woman that works harder and is far more talented than her. Have you heard Cleo's lyrics? Because let's be so for real, Icespice is not known for her complex lyricism. Okay? Literally, her looks have got her to where she is.
Tell me, baby, do you want to... If he's cheating, I'm doing him worse. No, Uno, I hit the reverse. Tell me, baby, do you want to...
Why is your production saying that I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Chicken salad? I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Y'all could have bought that chicken salad and literally got the money from my manager or me.
Like, you sound dumb as hell, bitch. If anything, we both need saving. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
So I just want to encourage you ladies to put yourself first today and all days moving forward. Do not tolerate female friends who use you and abuse you. The Most High didn't put you on this planet to be bamboozled and mistreated by these women, and for you to sit there and tolerate abuse off these people who are literally demonic. So ladies, drop it in the comment section. I really cannot wait to have this conversation, as this topic has been going viral. I just wanted to come at it at a spiritual aspect, as I always do. You guys know me. I'm always evaluate people's spirits and psychoanalyze people and look into their souls, and I'm always labeling somebody something because it really is always spiritual to me. And so I just love to have a conversation and see what you guys think about this whole Cleo and Icespice situation, and just female friendships and female narcissists in general who weaponize their kindness and weaponize friendships in order to abuse people. And I'll also be leaving my email in the description box. You can share any stories that you have.
Dark skin. How many more dark-skinned female friends of Icespice are we going to hear talk about how she treated them before we realize that something was never right?
So yeah, I still stand on my opinion. I'm pretty sure they were both being like catty and nasty to each other. Icespice more than usual because of her newfound status and, according to some people, her new weight loss. Which again, I think that's just throwing one privilege in and out for the other, saying, "Oh, you're shitting on me because you're richer and skinnier than me." But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. And when it comes to the whole friendship thing, like I said before this even came out, none of these friendships are genuine. I don't even like the word friend, especially sometimes in regards like to women. And I like to think there are so many women in my life, women, girls, who I look up to, I love, I take a bullet for. But the term friend just in general has never sat that well with me, because I said this before in one of my videos, that term is very conditional. It is usually not unconditional. And I had to learn those type of things the hard way. And I'm getting better with like setting boundaries and stuff. But I assumed, I always, you know what? And I'm in therapy, you guys. And I told my therapist, I was like, I just don't know about friends anymore. And this is when I first started getting to know her. And she basically was saying, like, oh, like, do you, like, feel like you're antisocial or whatever? And I'm like, no, I don't think it's that. I'm actually quite bold when I'm comfortable in a certain space. I just feel like friends aren't what I thought they were going to be. And she says, so what do you mean? So I say to her, growing up, I always thought friends were like family that you choose. You can't choose who you're born with and stuff, but you can choose who you decide to call a friend. And I always thought that was something sacred. And to a lot of people, it's not. So that was just my personal opinion. Thank you again. Have a beautiful day. So outside of the people that already pretty much hated Icespice, and for whatever reason, whether that was she's too pretty, she's only there because she's pretty, she's not talented, her music sucks. Oh, she also talks about stealing people's boyfriends and farting, whatever that's about. And then there was the thing with Sensual C. She stole like some white girl's boyfriend, and people are saying she's not a girl's girl. Even I'm sure that was like PR. And now people are saying like, oh, she can't perform. All she does is twerk. I don't know. All those people that were saying those things, this is like, now they're jumping onto the colorism train, whether they were talking about that or not. And there were already a select group of people that felt that she was a colorist. And there are the people that don't hate her. I mean, that don't like her anymore because of Nikki. So she has like a lot of people against her right now that are going to jump on this train and project a lot of stuff onto her and not pay attention to like what's actually happening. And again, this isn't me giving Icespice like a pass or anything. I definitely think she's moving funny and that she is an opportunist. But like, wouldn't you? If you were like in a certain position and you had your eye on the prize at something, like, I don't know. And the only difference how I would have handled it is I would never call someone my friend that isn't my friend. I would say this is my colleague. And the moment that our business is over, it's over. You don't owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. And if we did, there would be a legal contract. And this is something else that I found funny. Just to take like rappers and women out of this completely so you could try to see it on another level and get what I'm saying. I saw a video a long time ago and it was a man giving another man advice, and it was a boy asking a man for advice. So the boy asked the man, hey, like, I'm always doing nice things for people and sometimes for women, and these things are never reciprocated back to me, even though I'm a good person. What's up with that? And this guy thought that someone was going to baby him and treat him like an infant. And the man tells him, no, you aren't doing nice things. Because if you're expecting him something in return, you're not a nice person. If you was doing it out of the kindness of your heart, you wouldn't think twice about it. You are a bad deal maker. You wanted a business deal and you used a Trojan horse as kindness or friendship to get in. And when things didn't go your way, you got upset. So no, you're not a nice person. You're not a people pleaser. You're a bad deal maker. So my opinion still stands. This is a social climbing failed attempt. Pause. Did y'all notice how all of a sudden in a lot of those TikToks, people are just now starting to listen to Cleopatra's music? Like, I guess the social climbing worked a little bit.